Welcome back to my channel Lomzy Sews. In today's sewing tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make a bust caging. If you have been using bra cups, if you try this method of bust caging, trust me, you will stop using bra cups. This is very nice. You can see how deep it is. It came out very nice, and it's so comfortable, as you can see me touching it, and the inside is so nice. Can you see how it's bouncing? Yeah, if this is what you would like to watch, make sure not to skip any part of this video so that you don't miss anything. So let's start with the tutorial. Before I start making the bust caging, first of all, I'm going to join the lining piece. I have interfaced this with paper gum stay. If you're not a Nigerian, paper gum stay is a type of interfacing that looks like paper. That's what I use to interface this, not the woven type of interfacing. So after joining this, then I will start with the bust caging proper. If you like, you can use hairstay for your material, but for this practical and this particular cups I made, I use paper gum stay. So if you want to use it, you can go ahead and use it. Next, I'm going to go ahead and iron this. After ironing it, then I'm going to sew the upper part of the cups. Also, I'm going to go ahead to my ironing board and iron this place. Make sure everything is nicely ironed. So open it up like so and you iron it. So this is it after ironing it. Can you see? Next, we'll have to start making the bust caging. Just pay attention. First, I'm going to make the base. So I'm going to sew here and also the side like this. So first of all, you have to sew your base. It is from your base that you will now start sewing all that channels. So I'm going to go ahead and sew this straight. I hope you guys can understand where I'm sewing on. This is actually an advanced class because this is for corset, people that can make corset. So you should already know where I'm sewing by now. The tips, the tiny place on the ridgeline boning, that's where I'm sewing. I'm so sorry that this is not showing, but that's where I am sewing. I hope you understand. So when you get to the end, you cut off your ridgeline boning and we'll continue there. So this is it after sewing it. Next, we are going to sew the curve area, the under the cup. So you go ahead, insert this into the first ridgeline boning that you have sewn. Make sure it's hidden under it. Then you start and sew the outer side of the ridgeline boning, the outer side. So you sew it round. Just go ahead and sew it round. Make sure what I added is ½ inch sewing allowance, so I'm using the ½ inch sewing allowance to sew it all around. So just maintain that ½ inch sewing allowance that you have given and just sew it all around. And when you also get to the end, you also tuck the ridgeline boning into the previous boning that you made earlier, the first boning we made. So when I get to the end, I'll just cut it off and insert it into the previous one. Now the base is ready. with this base, that this is where we will now start inserting all the other channels. So you start making a crisscross on them. Crisscross, I've said crisscross. So first I'm going to sew this, crisscross it, so I will place it to touch this other side in a crisscross manner. So I'm just going to cut this off. Whenever I put in the ridgeline boning, I will cut it off. So you see what I have done here. I'll go ahead and sew this one. Can you see? Crisscross. I'll sew that one, and then I'm going to place another one, crisscross. You crisscross that. I hope you understand what I mean. See how it's crisscrossing, it's crossing the other side. You insert it into the previous one, the main foundation that you made. So you're going to go ahead and place this like this and sew it. So I will sew it and show you the next one. Make sure you insert it inside that previous one. That's what I'm trying to sew. I'll go ahead and sew this. This is the next one. Also make another crisscross. This is crisscrossing on the third side. So I make sure whatever I'm cutting is going to go into the main foundation I made earlier. So this is it after making the crisscross. Can you see? Then I'm going to sew it, and then I'm going to place another one here. Place this here to make the crisscross for the other side. So whatever you do on the left, do it to the right. So I'll go ahead and also cut it out, insert it into the foundation, the main first one I made, and then stitch it. So I'm going to crisscross this like this. I'm going to show you the inside of it after I was done. So I'm going to go ahead and also sew this one. After sewing it, the final one will be on the stitch we made. So I'm going to place it on top of it like this and sew it. I'm just going to go ahead and cut this off. I'm sorry this went off camera. I'm just cutting off the ridgeline boning. So I'm just going to place this like this and also sew that. And after sewing it, I'm going to close all this first place that I have sewn before. You just go ahead and run it all the way around. And after I was done, this is how it's looking. Can you guys see? Told you crisscross. That is it if you turn it the other way around. So the next thing I'm going to do now is, you see, if you turn it over like this, because this is how it's going to be. This is how it's going to be. So you turn it over like this, and you're going to make what they call fleshing to make it comfortable for the wearer and also for the fabric to look nice. So I'm going to use this interfacing and place it on it, and I'm going to iron it on. So this is it after ironing it on it. Can you see? It's called wadding. What I have used is called wadding. After ironing it, this is how it's looking. And then I'm going to take the main fabric, insert it into it like this, right side facing together, and sew it here. When I turn it over this way, this is how it's going to look. It's going to look like this. So make sure you arrange it properly and drag it well to sit properly. And after I was done doing that, this is how it's going to look. I hope you learned something new today. If you did, let me know in the comment section. And if you have been using this type of caging, make sure to also drop that in the comment section. And if you feel this is not good enough, let me also know in the comment section. And guys, I'll see you guys in my next video. Don't forget to drop where you're watching me from. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.